The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut. Man, how you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN.com. Let's check out where we're at with the markets for your lunchtime market wrap. We got the S&P is moving down 17 points on the day. Russell currently down 16, almost 17 points right now. We got the Nasdaq down about 50 points. Dow's down 90. And so some nice big moves, lots of volatility in the markets. We got going over to our metal sector. We got copper right now down 1.7%. Going on into gold, currently flat on the day compared to settlement. Diving on into silver. Silver is currently down about 0.5% on the day. Looking at our energies on oil and natural gas, we got oil is currently down 1%, with natural gas down a little over 1/3%. Checking out ag markets where corn and soybeans are at right now. We got corn is currently down just a couple points, just 0.5%. But we got soybeans moving big, down 19 points, over a 2% move on soybeans. Checking out the pound dollar. We got pound dollar currently is looking, up a little bit, up just, 60 pips, so not too bad. And look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar is pretty flat on the day. It's down a pip. We got the euro pound down 24. U.S. franc is down 2. Dollar yen's down 10. Euro yen's down 9. Aussie yen is down 80 pips on the day. And you know what? I think I somehow misplaced Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar right now is currently down 60 pips on the day. Looking at the dollar index, we got it currently down 0.05 right now, so 0.45 ticks. And looking on over at the bonds currently, are up 0.04. I don't know why I'm saying down, up. And then just that red and green messes you up sometimes. We got the bonds right now, 30-year bonds is currently up 0.25%. So seeing a lot of good strength right there. And let's see what else we got going on. All right, that catches you up for the current market wrap. And again, don't forget you can listen to us live inside the eSignal platform or on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi, as well as watch the traders charts there in eSignal or on Tiger TV. Well, let's look over the markets, checking out the Russell right now. And let me bring that up for you. Looking at the Russell, we had quite a few trades going on this morning that you could have taken advantage of. There were some good profit poppers that worked out really well. We also had a lot of momentum scalps in there. Got it choppy for a couple sessions, but overall moving on down solid. Just really all Sunday, Monday coming on in. It bounced on back up, gave you a little bit more move down. Had to back off. That's right when it got choppy, so it's the perfect time to back off. It goes long, it comes back down. You get, another good set of trades. You back off. This time it decides to push a little bit lower, and but you stay out of the way. But again, a nice, 10-point profit popper right there. Maybe 8 points, I guess, maybe entry to exit, but somewhere between 8 and 10 points total profit on that. And that's just entering on the E and getting out before the A. Simple, very simple pattern. And looking on over at oil, checking out momentum scalps on it. And we also had a nice profit popper on it moving on down. So great trade on oil right there. And then, momentum scalps got them right here starting up in the morning. Profit popper was pretty early, so you may or may not have got into that. That was closer to the 7 a.m. mark. But looking on over, if you got it, let's say 9 o'clock or so, went short. Oscillated a little bit, didn't do much of anything. So didn't really break out or anything, just went into oscillation mode and pushed on down from there, oscillated back on you, maybe got you one or two times and moved down nice. Nice big move down there on oil. And pretty much sitting at the moment at a 1 deviation move on the day. Checking out the NASDAQ, check out some momentum scalps, a nice deviation bounce. And let me pull that one up. And let's see here. So we got just looking at this, the market goes in, we get a little prop upper up, we'll turn this down, we get a nice big prop upper move down, right down to the deviation. Also, that would have been just a little move, would have caught that little bit right there, but then it just momentum scalped all the way down and then bounced right off of a deviation move. So great move on the NASDAQ. Gold opened up a little bit choppy, but then gave a nice run on just momentum scalping. Momentum scalping, again, to remind you, is simply going in and looking for a bar to close up or down, seeing if volume exceeds expectations, and then taking that when it breaks out of a high or a low. Let's see here. Let me pull up a few more things for you, and we'll go in and check this out. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Let's go over here. All right, so right here, when the blue bar basically exceeds the yellow bar, the expected volume, and it moves on up, then you can see it's exceeding expectations again and again and again. As it exceeds expectations, you put a buy in. You basically get out in this case, either 1 or 2 bars later, depending upon how you're setting up the trade. And it takes off and gives you just a great run after a little bit of choppiness going on right down there. And we got to back off, though, when it gets up to a certain point because we get close to that 1 deviation move. And it pulls on back down. It gives you a great reversal on the way back. And that's gold for you this morning. Look on over at the Aussie dollar. A couple nice spike strikers going on this morning. So went short right here and moved on down right into the 9 o'clock, closed down solid short. And then rolling on a little bit later into the 11 a.m. hour for the 12 o'clock expiration, got another spike striker 5-minute volume to go short. And as you can see, it just pushed it right on down. Let's check out dollar franc. Let me open this one on up. Dollar franc had the same thing going on. It was sort of choppy on you. You got a nice short, could have taken profit right off of that, but it just oscillated around as well, and it still ended up short on the day. And that gives you just a couple trades for you to look at and be aware of. We were looking at a buy right there, had a nice buy on it, and then we had another nice sell on it. So basically 3 trades out of it, and all 3 would have turned out rather well. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of some of that. Looking on over to a few of the reminders we got. Let's see what we have going on. Let me bring it up over here for you. Things you need to just remember. Japan, bank holiday today, so all day it'll open back up a little bit later. Expect hopefully a good pop around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock or so. We just see a nice little pop on the end. Just be very aware of that. We had Draghi talking this morning, Dudley talking. We had existing home sales. We'll go over that trade here in a moment and see how that worked out with our trade plan. Natural gas, very, very important. One of the things I go over with you, each week is the rollovers. To make sure you're on top of those and doing each one of those. And let me see here. Let me bring up the scanner for you, and I'll show you where that's inside the scanner, just so you can know it's there to help you out. And make sure you, if you haven't already, you sign up. Get access to that to help you out for the TFNN contest that's coming up. But right here inside the scanner, we got a Nadex information tab. It tells you what all the current underlying markets are that the Nadex binaries and spreads are following along with. And also it has a counter to let you know when they're rolling over, like we just had natural gas roll on over. So you should have, from last week, also we had oil, we had the 4 U.S. indices, we had the 2 international indices, and we had natural gas. So all those should be rolled over. If you want to know what those current months are, you can just look at the name of the contract in the Nadex platform. It will tell you what month you should be using. But if you want to know in advance, if you want to double check everything without having to click 25 different places, right here, here's the list of the contract, the fall futures markets, and here are the months you should currently have up inside your platform. Now, if you're wondering what Nadex is, hop on over to TFNN.com, okay? And go ahead and click on the Nadex banner on the right side of the page, and you can get a demo trading account. Get that going. I suggest you do that now, okay? Literally go in here and get this going, and sign up for this right now. Because we have a big trading contest coming out next week right here at TFNN, $10,000 giveaway. And so you want to hop in, you want to take advantage of that, $3,000 to the first place. We got all the details right here. But get trading, get in there, get your demo account. You're going to get another demo account just for the contest that'll be given out to you this coming weekend if you sign up before the deadline. But you got to sign up before the deadline. So again, on TFNN.com, go over there right now, click on the virtual trading competition. Boom, there you go. It says $10,000 in cash. What do you got to do? You got to be in, and you have to be registered before we close down registration. Registration has two deadlines. It has not only the deadline of the date, but also if we end up hitting the cap. We are going to be shutting the doors on the 25th of this week at noon, or as soon as the contest is full. I don't know what that number means. I don't know what it is. I guess I know what it means. It means that whenever they hit whatever number it is, that they will be shutting it down. That's not my territory, but why wait, okay? Fill in the information, first name, last name, phone, email address, and also Tommy O'Brien's going to be doing a special workshop just for you, so you can learn how to put all the pieces together and how it all works. And just a reminder, there's a whole section on Nadex you can check out. They got webinars they do every Monday night. They got other things they're doing as well. And so make sure you do check out their site under the education tab. But register now so you can get access to that workshop by Tommy O'Brien. He'll help you out, get you going, and they'll give you a $25,000 funny money account and all the rules, which you'll want to read the rules so you don't break them. All the rules for the contest are built right here. They're on this page. So make sure you hop on over there again and check it out, okay? But again, this Thursday at noon is the latest time. First prize is going to get $3,000. Second place is going to get $1,500. Third place, $750. Fourth and fifth, $500. Sixth through 10th, $250. 11th through 20th is going to get a book. And what if you just don't do well? Well, if you just participate, if you just get involved and start learning how to do it, every day that you place a trade, you're going to be entered in a contest. And we're going to have 5 drawings a day. We're going to give $100 cash and a free copy of Tommy O'Brien's book, The Art of Time the Trade. It's a great book. I highly recommend reading it, but you have a chance to win it next week for free. Not only 11th through 20th place getting a copy, but also the daily winners getting a copy of the book along with the cash. Okay? So, again, 5 daily winners just for placing a trade in the demo competition, virtual trading competition account. Okay? And get you registered on there. We'll be announcing them live right here on TFNN throughout the day, each and every day. So we'll get a leaderboard up. We'll get all sorts of stuff going so you can know where you're at. But just make sure you hop in there. There's no risk. And get it up and running. Okay, so that gets us caught up right there. We talked about the rollover. We talked about the yen bank. We talked about that. Let's go in and check out a couple things on, let's see, Aussie dollar right now pushing down. And, pretty heavy. It's at a 6-month low. Let me just get past this advertisement. Just one of the things I was looking at. Looking over, but we got an Aussie dollar hitting fresh 6-month lows. So all sorts of trading opportunities there that you can take advantage of. But if you're not taking advantage of them already, that is. All right, we'll stay right there. When we get back, we'll talk about the news events for this week and the news events for today and how you can put that into a plan of action. Stay right there.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And just look at that, reminding there, Aussie dollar hitting 6-month lows. So some nice moves right there. Alibaba broke an all-time record IPO. That's looking at a article over here on Reuters magazine. But world's biggest after additional shares sold. Oh, they had to correct it. Look at that. Ranks as the world's biggest after the additional shares were sold. So, number of additional shares sold by Jack, 2.7 million from 12.7 million in the fifth paragraph. He had to do all these corrections. Anyways, an impressive IPO, nevertheless. And let's see, I think I even had that chart up last week. And, yeah, it's dropping on off after its initial, IPO launch. So, not a big surprise right there. See it run on up to 100 and then pulling on back. Sitting down now at about $98. And with pretty low, obviously, comparative volume to where it was at. And, well, we'll see how it ends up. But it looks like ran down at some short profit takers if they were able to find any shares to short. And I'm sure people were selling off. But anyway, so that IPO is over. It's done. Next, and wait for some options and everything else to come on before some more advanced strategies can be released. And let's see if they're listing them yet. I want to see if they're going to be out there, because I know some people will be asking about them, so I figure it's just good to check. And we'll go over here. And nothing yet. So, All right, well, there you go. But until it's got options, not worth the leverage. Okay, so that wraps up our basically major news headlines. And I want to go over the news plans for the week, walk through the calendar, make sure you're ready for what's coming up next, okay? Again, make sure you get that demo trading account at Nadex. Make sure you sign up for the contest. And then this weekend, your new demo, you got to use your competition demo login next week for it to count towards competition, okay? And that's good because you can have two of them, one of them that you're using for other stuff you're testing, but one of them you're using just for the demo, the virtual trading competition. Okay. And by the way, if you ever want to log into both, just make sure you use two different types of browsers, like Firefox and Chrome. Okay? So if you log into two different demo accounts, that's how you would do it. In Chrome, you should be able to log into demo and live at the same time. So just not two different demos because it recognizes it as the same. Let's go in and let's now look at where we're at on our news trades for the current week. And just walk through those, each one of them for you, step by step. Okay? We're going to go in and let me flip one more piece, get that going, and let me bring the chart up for you, and we'll walk through them on the trades that we had this morning. There we go. And let me just get rid of a few things, make this chart a little bit cleaner. Let me use a different template. I think altogether will make life a lot easier for sharing on the radio here. A lot of times seeing these charts, and the simpler I can make it, the easier it transfers over when we're going through all these trades. But right down here, let's see, where's my magnet template? There we go. We'll use that. We'll update it to 10 minutes. And so much cleaner. Okay. Now, we had one trade that came out this morning. And let me pull up a euro dollar for that one. We'll switch on over here. We'll go to the 10-minute chart and load up the euro dollar. And the trade we were looking at this morning was going to be on the existing home sales, a 9 to 11 trade. Had a little bit of volatility going on this morning. And so quite a bit of movement anyways. So 9 o'clock, looking to the 11 o'clock. We had 31 pips. If I really got detailed on that, maybe it's right at 30. But basically, we were looking for a 30 pip move at most, and we were right on that. So it was pretty much a break-even trade. Not bad, but just break-even. Basically, we were looking for a neutral trade that would expire within a 30 pip range of either side. And the further inside of it expired, the more that we make on the trade. So basically, the way I could put it is, you went in here, you go to about here. If it expired inside that range between 9 and 11 o'clock, then the trade would have been profitable. Expired right at the range, putting us at a break-even. And not having to sweat it out like if you were doing a butterfly where one tick can make a massive difference. So anyways, but trade, it worked out well. Break-even trade is just fine with me. And our expectations were right on par. We had Draghi talking this morning. And so that had a little impact on the Euro USD. But when we get back, we'll talk about the CAD core retail sales trade coming up for tomorrow morning. Stay there. We'll be back right after this.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And just looking at this trade we had going, or that we're going to be having, we got a couple of them, but one of them that I wanted to highlight is for tomorrow, for the 23rd. We have the CAD Core retail sales will be coming out at 8:30. Usually a very small mover, usually less than 20 pips. And so we'll be looking to enter that trade at 8 a.m. for a 10 a.m. expiration, okay? And I'm looking for a 20-pip minimum profit on an Iron Condor on Nadex spreads. An Iron Condor is where we buy the lower spread and we sell the upper spread. Again, an Iron Condor is where we buy the lower spread and where we sell the upper spread. If you wonder what I mean by buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread, well, if you're looking at the Nadex platform and you opened it up, then you went to, say, bull spreads on, Forex or, whatever, say dollar CAD, okay? And you click the, whatever, 1 to 2, 7 to 3, whatever you're looking at, you'll see there's 3 spreads. Okay, so the lower spread and the upper spread. So we're getting into it right when that spread starts up, so that way there's a middle spread. And but that one won't be in our way. Basically, this is 100 pips wide. 1.0980 to 1.1180 is 100 pips. So all the spreads on dollar CAD are always 100 pips wide. And so what they do is when the market comes out, it was right at 1.0980, like when this 3 o'clock one came out for the 1 o'clock. And it'll be close to that price. And Anyway, so they pulled that number, and let's see, actually, that's 3 a.m. That's a daily, isn't it? It's a 7 to 3. So we go back down here to 7. There we go. It's like that doesn't line up. But 1.09, 80, yeah. Give or take a few ticks, we're right there, right whenever they pulled that number, okay? And so it was 100 pips wide on this one. So what they did was they went in, and, whether they make it 100 pip wide or 200 pip wide or 300 pip wide, say this was just a 100 pip wide one, say it just started, we'll just make it really simple, like at 7, okay? And so they had 100 pip wide ones going from 7 to 9. Then what they do is they'd take them and they'd add 100 pips to, so 1.1, what is that, 080, 1.0980 to 1180. So yes, they bring that on up, 1.1080. There we go. They'd plot 1 right there. So it'd be a floor of 1.0980 with a ceiling of 1.180. Okay, 100 pips above where the market's at 7, expiring at 9. Then they'll have 100 pips below. This is all automatic. No human needs to do this. It's the same every time. So 100 pips below where the market is. So we can change that color a little bit. And there we go. So there's the one below where the market is. This is the one over here above where the market is. Okay. Right there. And I did the outline. Let me do the fill. All right. And then they'll have another one that is 100 pips around where the market is. So we've 50 pips above and 50 pips below the market. Like right there. Now there's one straddle in the market. So there's 3 spreads. There's a middle spread, an upper spread, and a lower spread. Now, normally if you're going directional, you'd want to choose, either the upper spread or the middle spread. And it depends on where the market's at in relation to the price. Okay. You might even choose the lower spread if the market's ran way down and you're thinking it's going to bounce back up. So it really depends upon where the price is in relation to the spread. But so let's say you're at the top of the hour and you were directionally long. You'd be buying the upper spread or the middle spread. There'd be no reason to buy the lower spread unless, okay, and here's the key, unless you're trying to collect premium or time value. You may have heard of, credit spreads, collecting premium, time value, versus debit spreads where you're paying premium, time value, all that fun stuff. So you can go in on Nadex just like any other option type instrument. And now understand there's a lot less premium because you got, a day or less, maybe 2 hours, maybe 8 hours, maybe 5 minutes, okay, until expiration. So there'll be less premium, but there's also less time for something to go wrong. And it's capped risk. It's not like doing a credit spread or, where it's, way far out of the money and you're risking $10 to make 20 cents, okay? You go in here and you can often get on, some pretty decent trades where you can actually do a 1-to-1 risk reward that's, pretty easy to manage as well. And so, if the market was at 1.0980, like we were talking about when it first opened, and let's just say it was, 15, you could buy the spread 15 ticks lower than that. That'd be 15 ticks of premium. If you could buy it at 1.0965, and the market stayed, if you bought this one, and the market stayed flat, you'd collect your 15 pips premium. If the market moved up, you'd collect your 15 pips. If it moved down, you'd break even. Okay? If it moved down, 15 pips. Every pip that moves beyond that, you could lose. Well, what if you went in simultaneously and you sold one that was selling at 15 ticks higher, a premium of 15 ticks higher than the market on that if you sold the upper spread? So instead of selling it at 1.0980, there's time value in there. So you go in and you sell it at 1.0995. So there's 15 ticks of premium in there. So on that one, if the market stays flat, you collect your 15 pips. If it goes down, you collect your 15 pips. If it goes up to 15 pips, you break even. If it goes beyond that, you'd be losing a pip. Now, what if you put both together and you bought the lower spread for 15 pips and you sold the upper spread for 15 pips above the market? Okay? So max profit on both sides is now 30 pips. Well, if the market ran up 15, you'd be break even on the one you sold, but you're up 15 on the one you bought. So it could actually move up 30, and you'd still be break even on the trade. It could stay flat, and you could make all 30 pips. It could move down 15, where you'd be break even on the one you bought, but you're up 15 pips on the one you sold. So it could move down 30 and you'd be break even on the total trade. That gives you a 60 pip wide range from high to low to be potentially profitable on the trade. The tighter it is into the center of that 60 pips, the more money you make. Every pip closer to the center is another dollar in your pocket. Now, that gives you a 60 pip wide range. And you got a $30 max profit on the trade. If it moved 30 pips above that, okay, so 60 pips up, you'd be down $30. If it moves 60 pips down, you'd be down $30 because you would have basically been at your break even and then lost $30. So it moved up 30 pips, you'd be at break even. It moved up 30 more pips, you'd be down 30 pips. If it moved down 30 pips, you'd be break even on the trade, 15 pips down on one side, 15 up on the other. Moves down another 30 pips, then you're down 30 pips total by moving down 60 pips. So if it was up 60 pips or down 60 pips, you'd be down 30. Because remember, up 30 or down 30 is break even for you. That gives you a 120 pip wide range. 60 up all the way down to 60 down. 120 pip wide range, okay, for a 1-to-1. That is not bad. You got a 30 pip wide, or you got a 60 pip wide range where you can make profit, and it can go all the way out, 60 up or 60 down, 120 pips total in range, and you'd only be down 1-to-1. So credit spread where you're only down 1-to-1 with 120 pip wide range, just about on any day of the week, is not that shabby. Okay, now that would only be if you're doing a short-term spread. If you're going to have it for longer, you'd be going for more. We're talking about just a couple hours. So what I'm saying, buy the lower spread and sell the upper spread to do an iron condor on Nadex. That is specifically what I'm talking about. So you can try that tomorrow in your Nadex account. We want to be able to go in. We want to buy the lower dollar CAD spread and sell the upper dollar CAD spread for a minimum profit. In this case, on this specific CAD core retail sales announcement, we want to bring in a minimum profit of $20. Okay? So, how do you find those? What's the easiest way to find them? Well, you're going to log in. You're going to hop over on TFNN. You're going to log in. You're going to use the spread scanner. You get 2 weeks free. So this is definitely the time to hop in and check it out. Bring up the scanner. Right over here. Oh, let me load up one more piece over here. There we go. And I think I got the wrong one. And after you load that up, then the next step, now watch your videos. First time, just go through the videos. They're going to get you started. They're going to tell you how to use it, the strategy, everything that you need to know to be able to use this effectively is going to be right there for you. Okay? After you do that, hop on into the scanner, and let's look it up. Now let's go down here, and there's a couple ways to do this. Okay? But first, let's start off just with, I'll just pull up any, it doesn't really matter what instrument we pull up. We'll pull up, there we go. All right, so I got the small caps. And let me take gold off. It's closed down now. And I'll get this big P&L graph here. Okay? So we're looking down, and there's all these strikes. These are all the strikes available inside the Nadex platform that you have to comb through. Or you have to just randomly guess and go, I'll just take that one. I guess it'll work best. So you can either guess, or you can spend a lot of time, or you can use a scanner and figure it out in seconds. So when you hop on here, you're going to go in, and we're going to set it. What I like to do is I like to look for a straddle, and then I look to find then I do the opposite trade. A straddle is where you buy the upper and sell the lower. Okay, that's saying your thing is going to break way out of the range. Okay? An iron condor is where you buy the lower and sell the upper. That's where you say it's going to stay inside the range. It's really easy to find a straddle, and then if you do the opposite of straddle, you got the right trade. So if we go in here, and I'll just put, show me real quick, like, $100 max risk reward and a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, then I can pretty quickly find, whatever straddles may exist, depending upon where the market's at right now. It may be hard at this exact moment to find one, because the market's been moving quite a bit today, but there's one. Okay, there's just one. It's a very short straddle. So let's see if we can make that work for us or not. That one's not going to work. I want it to be where the market is. So you'll see that gray line, and I don't know how well it's coming through on the Tiger TV, but you'll see a lighter light and dark shading right there in the center. That's where the live, right now, the Russell is located. And so, let's see if that works. Let's see, let's try another buy. We'll do it until we find the right one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we can get rid of this one. We got these two, and it looks like with the shading that one is the closest one. It's coming up pretty soon. Okay, and then we'll go down. And we'll find, okay, well, that ceiling is 1130, or that floor is 1124. So let's find a spread with an 1124. There we go. And that's a straddle. Okay, if the market goes up or if the market goes down, this is how much we make or lose. So you can make money in both directions if it goes up or down, as long as it goes enough to cover the cost of the trade. An iron condor would look the exact opposite. So if I reset all my filters and I found the opposite contract, okay, 1117 to 1124. And then up here and found the 1117 to 1124. Then I go up here and I find the 1124 to 1131. Let's go down here. I find the 1124 to 1131. It's going to look the exact opposite. Looks like, oh, no, I lose if it goes up or down. No, it's a range bound. Remember, it's going to stay within the range. So as long as it stays within that range, you're profitable. And the markets are often not very volatile. And what we do is we play the stats. Okay, we know that over a year, this is how often this market moves this far. And therefore, if you would have played this with this minimum reward potential, then over the course of that year, that's what you could have potentially made on the trades if you would have got those fills. So we put the probabilities of how often does it move a certain distance, and we put the profitability of what's the risk, what's the reward together, and then the plan ability, which is going in and laying out when to get in, on what instrument, for how much, and put the entire piece together. Okay, that's an iron condor. That's it. So once you got it, now when we go through and I read these off, you'll know what we're talking about. So hopefully you got that down. If not, you can always call in right here at TFNN. I'd be glad to help answer any questions you have about how to trade these specific trades. Okay, so now that we're caught up on that piece, let's go back in. Let's get caught up on where we're at on our news and what we have on the calendar for the week. And so I already went over one trade with you. Let me bring up just the basic news calendar, and I'll walk through it with you. And we'll get this laid out. Hopefully we can maybe even do some trades this week live on the air. Okay? So on this one specifically, just to get the news plan ready for you, like I said, laid out for the week, we basically have covered today. The one other thing you want to be aware of tonight is the HSBC flash manufacturing PMI coming out of China at 9:45. That can definitely have an impact on the yen and the dollar. There's even some new China 50 binaries that they've been listing out. I don't know what all the hours. I haven't read all the specs on them yet that Nadex is starting to test out right now. And those are traded on, that index, that FTSE index is actually traded on the SGX, the Singapore Derivatives Exchange. Okay? So if you have an SGX, that's for Nikkei, and then will be for China 50. When and if they decide to add it on, they're just testing it out at the moment. Let's go in here, and okay, when we get back, we'll talk about U.S. new home sales. We're talking about unemployment claims, natural gas, weekly oil inventory, and we'll go into one other release that we're going to have on Thursday as well. So stay there. We'll be back right after this.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And okay, so sorry, just looking over multiple things, wrapping up charts right now, what we got, and the trades we have coming up. Okay, so we're going to have the U.S., we talked about the category core retail sales. We're going to have the U.S. new home sales. That is going to be coming out on Wednesday. And so on that report right there, we'll be looking at, scroll on down, let me go forward one more day on the calendar. And again, there's our U.S. new home sales report. And we'll be entering at 9 a.m. for an 11 a.m. expiration for a $30 minimum profit on the announcement that should be coming out right about then. Again, that's new home sales comes out at 10, so that's why it's a 9 to 11. Okay? And again, that's entering at 9, buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread, 10 a.m. announcement, 11 a.m. expiration. So it gives us plenty of time there going into that news. We'll also have the weekly oil inventory report. Just be looking for spike strikers, potentially looking at expected ranges on 30 minutes. And that should knock out the spike striker trade for you. Get that one done. Let me see what else we have. Let me pull up the other stuff I got. I'm starting to try to put all this together, make it even easier and easier. So as I get my news plan ready for the week and starting to work on next week's and get that one going. Let's see here. Let me update on that little typo. All right, there we go. Okay, so we'll also go and we'll have a natural gas inventory. That's going to be a spike striker as well. We got unemployment claims. That's also a spike striker. What about on Thursday? Thursday, we're going to have various releases coming out. We have the core durable good and durable good orders both coming out. $25 minimum profit on that for an 8 a.m. entry and a 10 a.m. expiration. That release is scheduled to come out at 8:30. So that's pretty much the trade plan that we got right there. Those are scheduled on the announcement list for us to do any kind of condors or straddles. Not a big week on news overall. Let's see here. We got RBA governor talking tomorrow night. So that's definitely a big be aware event to make sure you have that one. Not tomorrow night, but Wednesday night. And let's see here. So have that one on your list. Let me make sure that one's on my list. There we go. And so be aware that'll obviously impact the Aussie. And then if we roll on over to Thursday, let's see. Trying to see if there's anything big. But we got durable good, core durable good. We got unemployment claims, natural gas. We're going to have some Tokyo Core and National Core CPIs coming out. So let's get some yen releases. Yen impact coming out on Thursday. And that's 7:30 to 1. And looks like I have that one on my list already, so that's good. And then let's see, what else do we got? We got going on Friday. Final GDP price index. I'm going to have to re-pull that trade up and see if I can find some good consistent results. Some of the GDPs we ignore. This is a final GDP, so it's a little bit different than the other GDPs that we've used in the past. And then we got a couple of surveys that we might be able to look at for Tuesday. I'll pull up tomorrow. Let's see here. That's going to come out in the evening, 6:45 tonight. So tomorrow, okay, that's going to be New Zealand dollar, so that's not going to be any good for us. And then we got one other potential trade. We have an IFO business survey report for Wednesday. That's going to be a new one that we've added into the stats now. I'm having them add in more and more and more of the systems and trying to tie in everything we can. But German IFO business climate, I'll pull that one up, and we'll see if we can get that one on our list as another news trade to try to get as many of these as we can going. All right, y'all stay there, and we'll have another great show coming up for you right after this. Make sure you register for the contest right now if you haven't already.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.